So I was looking at another verse tonight, and it stood out to me, and I wanted to kind of spitball my thoughts on it a little bit. This might not be the most flowing of a message, or not a very good message in that sense, but there's something profound here, and it's in Ezekiel chapter 44. It's the beginning of it, from verses 1 through 3, which says, "Then he brought me back to the outer gate of the sanctuary, which faces east, and it was shut. And the Lord said to me, This gate shall remain shut. It shall not be opened, and no one shall enter by it, for the Lord, the God of Israel, has entered by it. Therefore it shall remain shut. Only the prince may sit in it, to eat bread before the Lord. He shall enter by the way of the vestibule of the gate, and shall go out by the same way." So he's talking about the sanctuary. He's talking about the holy place, the temple of the Lord. And it's interesting because he's saying that gate is shut. So no one can enter through it. And it's shut because the Lord is in there. Now, why is it shut? Because this is the Holy of Holies, and the Holy of Holies is in there. And the thing about it is, those that are of sin, so those that are corrupt, fallen, us, anything that is of sin cannot enter there. Because that which is holy will burn up and consume what is unholy. They cannot be next to each other. The holy will destroy it. And so we cannot enter there. That door, that gate is shut. He is in there. But there's some good news here. There's something amazing. Because it says, only the prince may sit in it to eat the bread before the Lord. Who is the prince? The prince is Jesus. So this is in Ezekiel, and it's talking about Christ. It's saying the prince may sit in it. He can sit in the gate. He can sit there and eat the bread before the Lord. The bread of life, nourishment. I find it interesting because Jesus said, what father would give his son a rock when he asked for bread? Bread is nourishment. Bread is life. And so here the prince is, he's eating the bread. He's eating nourishment and life before the Lord, before the Holy of Holies. Meaning he's loved by the Father. Meaning he has a place with the Father. And he can enter there. But he enters by the vestibule of the gate. So it's almost like the servant's way in. It's a narrow way in. Which ties right to what Jesus said when he said that broad is the way of destruction. Narrow is the gate to salvation. He is sitting in the vestibule, that gate. And even there, look at what Christ is. He is the way. He is the way keeper. He is the gatekeeper. So here is the prince sitting in the gate, sitting in the vestibule, the way in, and he is the way in. He's the one who holds that door open. And it says that he shall go out by the same way. So he doesn't go by the main gate either. He goes by the servants' quarter. And what does he say to us? He says, you can come with me because you are a servant of the Lord, because you are a child of God. Because you are now a prince or princess of the Lord Most High. You are one of his own. You can now enter with me through it. It is open to you through that way. And it is the narrow way. It's not easy because it's only through Christ. That is why he says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. None come to the Father except through me. You can't enter through the vestibule without seeing and passing him. And you can't get through the main gate because it's shut. Now, what's so interesting, too, is if you look at when Christ was on the cross, in the Holy of Holies, there was a curtain that separated humans from the Holy of Holies, from the Ark of the Covenant, from the place, the seat of God. And when Christ died on the cross, that curtain ripped from the top down. That separation was removed. And so even here, when he's saying he sits in the gate and he eats with the Father, he tells us, hey, you can join me. He removed that barrier. You now can enter in. You now can go in and spend time with God and eat with him because Christ is the way keeper. He is the gatekeeper that we go to. It's so amazing to think Ezekiel had the prophecy about Christ right there. Years before, hundreds of years, maybe 1,000. I don't remember the date of when this was written. But it's right there that the prince sits in the vestibule, in the gate, and eats the bread of life with the Lord. There is good news in this, because when you receive Christ, you receive access to God. And he goes before his Father for you. He welcomes you in and says, come on in. The gate's open. Come on in. I'll let you through the vegetable, through the narrow way. I'll lead you. So I hope this is encouraging to you to understand all you need is Christ. He will take you by the hand and lead you in. Thank you.